What's up, babies? Now, I told y'all we was gonna be doing this. Now let's do it right. So we're gonna have to skip from 1976 all the way to 2014. Just bear with me. Hell, we talked about all that. It'd be a documentary, not a series. Netflix, contact me, okay? So this was after my boyfriend had got deported. And I had already planned on making a trip to Honduras. Because economically, it just made sense. So much easier for me to get my passport and travel, rather him getting caught and thrown in jail. So we made our plans. Of course, he really didn't believe that I was coming. And of course, it proved later on once I got to Honduras. By this time, I had already read up on Honduras, already watched all the videos, watched all the documentaries, talked to so many people that were from Honduras, and just got the tea of the country. And at the end of each story, everybody always just said, be careful. You see, Honduras is not for everyone. Like I always tell you, it's one of those poor countries in Central America that offers a lot of resources and a lot of rich culture, but not a lot of riches economically. Because of the economic differences between Honduras and the United States, you're going to have a lot of dangerous places over here. And of course, I came to find out that San Pedro was one of them. But I was fully determined to get back to my man. So it was January 2014. I had already told my best friend that I would help him with moving his stuff to New Jersey. So being the good friend that I am, yeah, motherfucker, you owe me still. I'm just kidding. We took that long 21-hour journey from Houston all the way to New Jersey in a U-Haul truck. Bitch, we went from somewhat cold to Antarctic in like 21 hours. But it was worth it so my best friend could have his things. You see, that's what type of friend I am. I put others' needs over my own. I couldn't feel my left butt cheek, but he sure got his bed. After we got everything settled, I spent a couple of days with him just to visit, and the journey started. I can honestly say that I don't think that I was really nervous because I was going to be in my baby's arms again. After all the horror stories that I heard, after all the good things that I've heard, I was still only thinking about just being wrapped up in his security. The plane pulls off and all I could feel was just tears falling down my eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 219 flight to San Pedro Sula. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in. In about 30 minutes, we're about to land. Welcome to San Pedro Sula, where the local temperature is 92 degrees and the time is 12:42 p.m. Baby, when that plane finally landed, I made a decision right then and there. Fuck you, Spirit. That was horrible. But I made it safely. We taxied down the runway and we pulled up to actual gate. And I looked out the window and I was like, well, where the fuck is the rest of the airport at? Welcome to Honduras. Baby, I got off that plane so quickly I didn't know what to do. All I did was follow instructions. There were two different lines, one for tourist visitors and one for Hondurans. You see, I was very lucky back then. I was the only visitor coming in on that airplane, so it was only me in that line. I got a few ugly stares from the people way back in the line. Damn it, it ain't my fault. After I acquired my luggage, I met my new sister-in-law. When I tell you she was just as excited as I was, where's my baby at? Of course, she introduced herself and told me to follow her. Put my 3 bags in the taxi and we got in and we left. Where's my baby at? Of course, I was still in shock and amazement all at the same time. As we left out the airport and drove around, I was just looking around. I was like, oh my God, I'm in another fucking country. But where's my baby at? It took us about 30 minutes to get from the airport to the neighborhood, and we finally pulled up to the house. So finally I asked her, where is... She looks at me and she tells me, there's something I need to tell you. Stay tuned for part 3, the journey from the United States to Honduras.